大家好，我是凯斯教学部 SDGs 课程规划小组 Leo 老师，站在教育现场的前线，我们都很关切全球议题。当联合国宣布2030永续发展目标 SDGs Sustainable Development Goals 包含终结贫穷、饥饿、气候变迁等17项指标，是我们在2030年前一起努力的目标哦。于是我们决定将 SDGs 融入凯斯的教学核心，让永续发展成为动词，并在生活中可实践的信念与行动。2022年，全世界都还没有从 COVID-19 疫情中复原，而现在又还爆发了俄乌战争。当大家面临到种种的困境与挑战，我们希望与孩子们一起努力，实践永续的种子，带孩子们认识 SDGs， 把学习用在让世界变得更好。今天我们邀请到凯斯英语学校 Sebrina 和 Mick 老师进行对谈，我们将带着孩子从俄乌冲突事件中一起来认识 SDGs 指标，花时间好好思考永续对我们的意义是什么。
Hi, Teacher Mick. What's bothering you?
Hey, Ms. Sebrina, did you know that war still happens even today?
What do you mean by war?
Well, war is when groups of people or countries fight because they don't agree with each other, like the war between Ukraine and Russia that's happening right now.
Oh, I think you also mean when stronger countries trying to bully weaker ones, right?
That's right. Don't we hate all those bullies on the playground?
Yeah. Can you tell us where Ukraine and Russia are?
So Russia is a very big and powerful country that stretches from Eastern Europe to all of Northern Asia. It is located on both the European and the Asian continents. While Ukraine, on the other hand, is a much smaller country next to Russia in Eastern Europe.
Okay, so why are the two countries fighting today? Because there are so many people talking about that on the internet, on social media, on the news.
That's a very good question here, and we must be very careful when we read the news. It's very important to be able to identify what is a reliable source of information versus what will be considered propaganda. A good place for this kind of information will be CBBC Newsground, where you can find all the information that you need to know about this war on their website. CBBC offers curated information that caters to a younger audience without necessarily hiding facts or information that will prevent them from fully understanding what is going on. And it could be a great tool for kids to be introduced to world events without being exposed to their horrors.
I really can't imagine what will happen to the Ukrainian people. So Ukraine isn't a safe place for the people anymore, and many of them are trying to leave to a safer place.
Yeah, there have been countless families who hit the road with sometimes their car being the only valuable object that they brought with them, which sometimes these families even have to be separated, as all men aged 18 to 60 are required to stay in Ukraine to defend their country. So unfortunately, quite a few of these families will never be reunited.
So the people who have to leave their country because of war are called refugees. Millions of Ukrainians now are forced to leave everything behind and flee to neighboring countries and cities. They are crammed into refugee shelters and can only expect an even more difficult time to come. Now, in our CAS library, there are books such as My Name is Not Refugee by Kate Milner and The Journey by Francesca Senna in which you can find out more about refugees. And I really like this. It goes, we'll have to say goodbye to old friends. You can pack your own bag, but remember, only take what you can carry. So, what would you take? Now, what would you take?
That's a very hard question, Ms. Sebrina. It's very upsetting to see what is happening and people who are all wondering how they can help.
Yes, so the neighboring countries like Poland, they are trying to help. There's one clip from a CBBC video that I showed to my students. It's about how Polish are helping Ukrainian refugees. And in the video, there's a lady that said, the best therapy at this time is to do something. So I totally agree, because it's important to be able to talk about our worries and fears and to know what we can do to show that we care.
Or maybe we can write letters to show support or give donations to help the refugees. Wouldn't it be better if there were no wars? We could all live in peace.
So yes, what can we do to keep the peace? Now, there are many great books in our CAS library that talk about it. So there's this one book I really like called Peace is an Offering by Annette LeBox. And here are a few lines from the book. So peace It's a birthday invitation, a trip to the beach. Peace is gratitude for simple things. Lie through a leaf, a dragonfly swings. Now, you think of all the things that we can do now that the refugees can't, and we should be grateful for what we have, because we tend to take peace for granted when we are so used to it. And now we all of a sudden realizing it can be something so easily stripped from us.
So let's share our ideas with teachers and friends and see how we can make changes in the world today.